Good morning, it's Darryl. Busy out here in the garden at about 9 a.m. on a Saturday, and not a lot here because I'm going kind of experimental, but what I'm panning right now is an area that I've put in some really good soil, and then I have 2 inches of wood chips on top of it, and I'm getting ready to plant some more stuff in here. We've got a couple of peppers in here already. The pepper here on the left is, I don't remember, this one's a jalapeno. This one, let me see, this is, it's either an Anaheim chili or something like that. It's a bigger chili and it's mildly hot. They taste delicious. So what I'm getting ready to plant here, I don't know if you can see these 4 holes right there and there, and then over there and over there, but I'm putting kale in there, and I'm digging some new holes right here for 2 more pepper plants, 2 different types of peppers. So, and I just wanted to bring your attention to one of the purposes that it serves to have 2 inches or 3 inches of wood chips, and finely ground wood chips. You don't want to get the ornamental stuff. It's got all kinds of crap in it. I'm not interested in crap. But one of the big benefits of this is weeding. Okay, so this is going to be probably tough to see, but right down here is some grass. You can maybe see it, barely see it or whatever, but here's what happens with the grass. You know, if you've ever had grass problems before, and you try and pull the grass out, it's really a problem because grass tends to start rooting pretty deep quickly. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to grab this little piece of grass and just go, oops. And this one actually broke off. So that kind of moots the point of this, but I just dig a little deeper and have to find it. This is a video gone bad now, isn't it? Find the base of it and pull it out. Okay, so there we go. And so I basically got all the roots. I don't know how you can see that or not, but even though this one rooted down deeper, probably even below the topsoil that I put in here, it still came out easily because of the wood chips here. And the wood chips, they're also holding in moisture, and the added benefit to holding in moisture is that also over a period of time these wood chips tend to break down. So each year you're going to add new wood chips, but as they break down, then they have the added benefit of adding to your topsoil. So that's huge, because topsoil is one thing that takes a long time for Mother Nature to build, like decades and decades and decades. But that being said, what we're looking at here is also decreased need for watering. I mean, I haven't watered this area where I just uncovered this in probably at least a week. In the last 4 or 5 days it's been pretty hot. And going down for a close-up again here, you can see it's kind of dark soil, and if you could stick your fingers in here, you could feel the moisture still in the soil even after being watered for a week in hot sun. So this also means less watering, like as I said, less watering, and your plants will stay more happy with just a residual amount of water instead of overwatering. Most plants don't like to get overwatered, which is akin to keeping your feet in water all the time, or having wet socks on 24 hours a day. I mean, that's not cool. But plants like a little bit of moisture. They just don't want their little toes wriggling around in solid moisture for an extended period of time. A quick finish up here. Besides this stuff here, I've started a bunch more right along here. I have wood chips going about almost 20 feet from this point, and what I've got going in there now is beets, and I just planted some wood chips in here, but I just planted some cucumbers right here, and I'll be adding wood chips to these in a bit. I tried to mound them up a little bit. You're supposed to mound them up, and that way it keeps them from wallowing in water too much. So these are planted pretty close to the surface, and also I have small tomato cages on them to help train them while they're younger. But obviously once they start growing cucumbers in a vertical position, they would just fall right over using the tomato cages because they're very weak. But behind this, you can see these squares. The white square here is just a netting to help tie stuff off. All right, but behind there, attached to here, is some really thick wire, which is used in cement work for, like in driveways. They lay it down flat, pour the concrete over it, and it keeps the concrete together. And right behind this is my tomato plants, which I'm going just in containers this year because of for about 4 years I planted them in the same place as like these cucumbers are, and we started to get a situation that I think is called blight, which makes them look wilty, like they need water, and they stop growing from the top down. It's really ugly. So I'm just going with containers. These are smart bags, except for the one down here in the end, which is just a probably called a 10-gallon tree container, although I doubt it's really 10 gallons. It's probably more like 7 or 8, but they just, you know how they call something one thing when it's actually smaller than that. But you know, that's how a commercialized society can work at some point. Oh, right over here, I planted some onions thanks to Lee Schaller letting me know about how a certain nursery way out on maybe 168th, I think, in Center, can't remember the name of it, Lahaina, something like that, I don't remember. But they had the like bags of 75 like mini onions for really cheap, like $3.99, and I planted them here probably now 6 weeks ago, and out of those 75, I think there's 3 that didn't make it. The rest of them you can see are doing just fine. Most of them are doing fine. There's one very small one. It's growing, so anyways. But most of them are doing fine, and these you harvest once the green shoots start to lay over. And they're about, right now, some of them are as much as like 15 inches, and most of them are like about this. I don't know if you can see how well it is, but basically it's about 8, 10, maybe 11 inches. So most of them are like 11, 12 inches. Some of them a little bit bigger, as I said. And occasionally I just come out, find a bigger one, like here's one that's got the leaf tipping over, and so I break it off, and so there you go. That's about all I got right now. You can see I got a lot of black plastic down here because Darryl's really tired of weeding. So this helps me out a lot. And as I continue to do stuff like whatever raised beds or something, I'll uncover these areas, but I'm going more towards raised beds because also I'm not big on being in my hands and knees too much. This stuff right here, you see this green patch of tall stuff. This is like, it's called onion garlic or garlic onion. And about 4 years ago, I planted 4 of these. And right now I've covered up half of what has grown, or I've covered up, yeah, well, half of what's growing, and dug out another quarter of what's growing, because they reseed themselves at the end of the year. Now these can also be used in salads, and what you do with these is you cut them off really close to the base, right? And then once they start to grow, you keep trimming them once they reach 5 or 6 inches, and they're young, tender, juicy shoots that just are wonderful in a salad, give it a nice mild garlic oniony flavor, and I love it. So I'm gonna get out here probably, I don't know, soon with the weed eater and just knock them all down to almost nothing, and they'll grow back with no problem. These things root and grow like crazy. These here that are on the, let me get behind the sun here so you get a better shot of this. They're on the tarp. These are ones that are bigger ones that I dug out, and they have, let's see, I dug them out about a month ago, okay? And we haven't even had any rain here in now almost a week, and they're still alive. They can look a lot worse than this and still come back. They don't require a whole lot of water, and so I just saved these bigger ones because in case somebody wanted some, I could just give them to them and just stick them in the ground and they grow. I mean, you don't need any special fertilizer or anything like that. I suppose that wouldn't hurt, but these are great the way they are. Anyways, as long as you remember at the end of the season, when the flowers start coming out, way before they even go to seed, you just cut the flower tops off and throw those in your salad too. They're even a milder flavor, but quite delicious, and I'm sure quite nutritious as well. So there you go from Darryl's garden. This is June, I'm going to say it's June 3rd. I might be guessing a Saturday, but hope this was fun and entertaining. Bye.